Excuse the noise, the background works in the background. But what I'm showing here, this will be a video for migette1. These are all the four PMG, either made by Standard Telephone Cables, STC, or Calculated Wires Australia. But these are all 802s, 801s. But you will see in one of these, it will say 801, but it's actually an 802 series phone, which means it was refurbished in the 70s. On version of the interior of some, this is an 802 model phone. These were the common things in the 70s to the 80s. You got the capacitors. Let's ignore the way it's wide on the inside. It's wide different to yours, if you see this, because I've wired these up as a 2-wire system phone. By moving one of the bell wires to A. So we just want to move to A and it makes it work as a 2-wire phone. The 801s have the round capacitor. This one has a circuit diagram. It's fallen off the case, obviously, that's why I stuck it in there. One got one? Yep. '801, '802. There's the Calculated Australia logo moulded into the case. Thing I have to say, some of these phones are made of Diacon, and some of these are made of ABS. And it's very difficult to tell which is which. I'm telling you from experience, actually, because I've dropped one of these phones in the past and it shattered into pieces. But this is the entire collection of mine I have as well. That's not an 802, that's the 8011. All these are 802s. This was an 801 originally, I think it's this one or the red one. Nope, it's this one. 1968 801. This one was sent back in the 70s and refurbished. This is a type of jack used with these phones back in the 60s and 70s. But the first batch in 1960 were hardwired, we'll say that. But this is the type of jack they invented for these phones. You already know that's the type of plug the Aussies use. I still have this type of jack in my home, actually. I can show you that on the wall. Excuse the mess, I'll show you this. There's 610 fitting. As I'm on VoIP, I can't plug these phones straight into that and the end go. They won't do that anymore. But on my VoIP system, the bells work, and when the VoIP system on my works with pulse, accepts pulse. Now, the common thing missing with these dials is the plastic opal, because it breaks off, and there's one with the thing in. So the opal's more rare in the phones. Now, most of these have carbon granule mics, but this one has electronic mic in it, and I'll show you what they look like because I fitted it myself, but I do have the original. Yeah, this is electronic mic. I do have the original one still. Here's the back of it. Guys, back when I was 14, 15, I had this connected up in most of my home phone. That's why I put the electronic mic in, so I use it as have a better speech. But I will say this: if you're going to use up with ADSL into the old-fashioned type of system, put a 3.3K resistor across the bell wires by putting a what do you call those things? Hang on. You gotta put a chocolate block, or make yourself a jumper cable, and put the bell on one of the dummy prongs and hook it up that way round. Because these do draw a bit of amps, and they do that. I've had that in the past when I had ADSL. But I'm on the PBX nowadays. I'm not really why putting the resistor in. I do sometimes purchase some of these phones broken with smashed case and all with spare parts. Like I did get one recently. I had a spare part. This is one down there I'm using as spares because it was a black one that got smashed up. I do have a black handset here from it. There's the circuit board from it. It's a 1966 AWA circuit board. You can kind of see where I used this in a phone previously, and I put a 3.3K across the terminals to make it work. You can do it like that, to put it across like that, and put the bell on there, and it will make it drop the REN value down. Now I'll show you 801. Note that dial's the 802 style dial. They did have those fitted as well. When the dial 21 or the other type dials broke. PMG 801, 1967. These are like similar bezels to the N1 900. I'm just looking at one right now. Yeah. This is another one. This is from 1971. This is a quite late version of it, actually. That one, when I got it for quite cheap. I think for about tenner. Because it was all messed up, that one. This one's made by standard telephone cables. The other one's made by AWA. But it got so cheap, someone had messed it up completely. They had put a speaker module in here, wired that to the phone line, and they completely messed it up, bypassed the dial and all, and you can get the phone to work. But luckily enough, I had spares back then when I got it, so I was able to rewire it. This is not an 801, this is the 8011. 1968. But this has the UK dial 21. Might be tap fast, this one. I have oiled this with bearing oil. The same stuff used in model railways I used that with. Next I have another 801. Made by Standard Telephone Cables, 1967. But this one was refurbished. This one, because it has a dial from the later version phones. Despising whoever refurbished it, either PMG or Telecom Australia, that was a later telephone company. Surprised I didn't remove the dial bezel and put a plain one. Then we have another 801 in ivory, the AWA model. I'll actually move that over to where my jack is, not that jack on the wall I showed you before, my other one. I'll show you what happens if you do that adjuster switch. Then we've got another 801, I believe this is an AWA or Standard Telephone Cables. Standard Telephone Cables, 1970, 801. Now you do get ones with very long cables. This is a 20 metre long cable, and it's really good for if you want to have your phone movable. Now we add the wall feature as well. These are the wall feature versions. These weren't plugged into the wall, these were hardwired in. Osrent, whatever it means. I don't know why it says New Zealand for, because these weren't a New Zealand issue. Where's the number on the base? I don't have my number, but these are the 891 wall phones. There you go, PMG 8. You can see that 891 wall phone. I don't know if it was made by telephone, Standard Telephone Cables or PMG. I don't know. I've actually got a brand new one of these. What's never been used. I will show that now. The brand new one. I'll put the light on the hallway. I'll show you that brand new one. This is a brand new one. This one's never connected up to the exchange. It goes one brand new off eBay. What I've done to make it work, I've actually just put one of these PMG 1970s style cables on. This one is a 1981 actually, I should say. But I've put on this to make it look good. They don't have an RJ11 cable coming off of it. This one's never been altered or anything. This is how it was made and it's never been altered. But now I'll show you what the adjuster does. Let me just plug this in and I'll ring the line. I'll show you what happens. I'm going to stick something into the thing to keep the switch down as well. So just a mess. Put a screw in it, push it down. Yeah, got a dial tone. No. Me checking if it's that or it's my PBX. My PBX is on, so me just go ring the line number. I'll show you it. Show you what happens. When it's ringing, if you adjust that adjuster, it does buzzes because it can't ring the bells. That's high. That's the buzzer. I do have a better sounding PMG phone than that actually. That'll be my... No, they'll switch won't come up. I don't know why they're not coming out. There we go. No, I'll be my single battery phone. There we go. I do have better ones, so it sounds better than that, but I won't feature it in this video because it's already gone past 11 minutes. But these phones normally sell around $20 to $50 if you get them brand new, they cost about $100. I've got one of these brand new as well, but I can't find it. These are my PMG 801s, 802s, 801s, and 891 war phones. But these are the standard Australian phones made from the 1960s right through to the 1980s. But I think I will mention, the feature phones stayed when we went to the push button for a short time. We had the, I think it was called the 8081, something like that, or something like, no. That was the wall feature, but I can't remember the code number for the desk phones. But we did go to the desk phones with this shape of phone, but with push buttons in the touchtone series. But these are the PMG 801, 8011, 802s, 801s, and 891 war phones. These are my PMG telephones.